Johnny, Vaughan.
Right, let's hit it.
Radio X.
Hello, Gav here. I hope you're okay. Johnny's not here at the moment. He's off sunning himself somewhere. But we thought we'd treat you to a special podcast with some of the stuff we just didn't have time for last week. So get ready for a saucy hero, birds put through a Gianto sound box, and a new hobby for Johnny that could see him donning a conical bra. Enjoy.
Radio X.
Okay, you ready for this?
Go on.
This Pokemon Go game. You had some good stats on this a second ago, Doctor. What were you saying about it? I found that interesting.
So it looks like now more people are using Pokemon Go in America or worldwide, I think, than are using Twitter and Facebook.
Well, not combined.
But Twitter and Facebook and Instagram are all in decline.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sort of like 25% down, I think Instagram was like.
Really?
Pokemon Go is
Oh,
the
no.
new thing.
There they are. They're old.
You think it's going the way of MySpace?
It's a good job I never bothered.
And Friends Reunited.
And Bebo. Whatever it was. I don't know. Yeah, Facebook will have Friends Reunited, honestly. People would say, I went on my Facebook page last night. People were like, what? What'd you do that? Well, you stalker. Anyway, listen to this.
Go on.
Well, you don't have to listen to this, but I found this quite funny. So with the game, you walk around and you play it on your smartphone and you spot Pokemon. You got to get them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was probably not meant to lead them to a sex shop in Devon. And suddenly, staff at the private shop in Plymouth. Can I say, I drove past a private shop in, I think it was at Chiswick the other day. It was just off the main road, and I felt a bit nostalgic.
Old school.
Yeah, I just suddenly thought, now it's all online stuff, and there's this. I thought, but pretty soon.
The decline.
It made you pine for Raymond's Review Bar.
No, I'm not sort of saying I ever went in them, but it was a feature of the high street, this sort of place of mystery we used to drive past with the blacked out window that said private shop.
Yeah.
I used to think that's a sort of oxymoron.
How can there still be one there?
I don't know, but yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, God, that just...
Maybe you have to be a member. Maybe it's not selling adult products. Maybe it's just things you have to be a member of.
Oh, maybe it was general private things.
Yeah.
Yes. No, don't look at that. It's private.
People's diaries.
Diaries. I don't think so, Gav. Because when the door opened, I was in traffic. When the door opened, there's a lot of things in there that didn't look like...
diaries.
So
well, they're the sort of things you do in private.
Why was there a Pokemon there?
Well, there wasn't in this one. I just said I just got a bit nostalgic.
Okay.
Sorry.
The one...
in this one here. Staff at the private shop in Plymouth became confused after dozens of gamers wandered into the establishment, clutching their phones and asking about Pokemon. One of them said...
I've got Pokemon 4.
I didn't, but I think that when you go to Plymouth and say you want a Pokemon in a sex shop, they probably mean something very different. They probably give you something with a belt. Anyway, I didn't know what they were talking about because I'm not really into games. An employee spokesman said, I know, it's too tempting, isn't it? Already I think I've crossed the line. But
it's a minefield.
I'm going to carry on in case anyone in case anyone got it. Pokemon Go has been a staggering international success since it released last week. The game is not yet officially available in the UK.
But it reminds me of another story I read about Pokemon Go where a guy got caught cheating because he caught a Pokemon at his ex's house and his then current girlfriend was like,
wow,
why were you there? And he got caught out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So literally, I like the Pokemon. I'm not even going to translate that for Newcastle. I like Pokemon.
Pokey no.
God, it's sometimes quite childish, this show, isn't it?
Radio X. Johnny Vaughan.
It's time for Martin's Hot Tap. He needs a brand new one, but he can't be asked to get it done. I forgot the first bit. Martin's Hot Tap, been broken for so long, but what haven't you fixed that went wrong? That's right, Martin in the Radio X office has had a broken tap for over 2 years, and that's what inspired this item. God, I say inspired. I think it just justified more apathy. Do you know what I mean? I think what we've actually done is...
Well, it's become a movement.
Yeah, it has become licensed to do...
Slow movement.
Yeah. A lack of movement.
A lack of movement, yeah.
Yes, it's the lack of movement.
It's, yeah.
A movement against movement.
Yes.
Are you ready for this? Dear Johnny, the battery on my car randomly goes flat overnight because I've got a faulty brake light switch. Bought a replacement 8 months ago. Would only take 5 minutes to fit it. You know what? I just can't be asked. That's Darren in Maidenhead.
I love that because he knows what the problem is.
Yeah, he knows what the problem is, yeah.
He knows what's going on.
It's genius. Go on, Gav.
Okay, this is from Daniel in Nottingham. He says, my toilet seat has been slowly loosening and drifting to one... This is happening at my house as well.
Yeah, I know, I hate
And
that.
drifting to one side over the course of the last 6 months. Sitting on the cold porcelain is a more attractive prospect than putting my hands behind the basin.
Hang on a second, I've had this. Firstly, why do they loosen themselves?
They do,
Secondly,
always.
but why is there play in them?
Yeah, why isn't it just set?
Now, they'll say because it's to accommodate different sorts of seats.
Yeah, but
Some
then
are
you should still be able to set it.
Yes, I'm
once
just saying, we're just two. Why are these holes so biggable?
Yeah, and sideways movement is not a good idea.
No, it's
On a toilet.
You never want lateral movement. There's nothing
No.
worse than when you get on the loo and you suddenly feel that, and suddenly one leg meets cold porcelain. Plus, there's a strong chance of thigh nip. I mean, sometimes you can get it caught a little bit there,
You don't want that.
and then you're in a world of hurt. Plus, you've got a suspicious bruise.
Yeah.
Suspicious bruise. Call Radio X. Sorry.
This one's
go on.
from number ending 6765. Our house sitter broke the cat flap when he locked himself out. To replace it, he used a chopping board slotted into the hole. 5 years later,
No.
still have to slide the board in and out whenever the cat wants to go out.
That's great.
5
How did it? I wish I know
years.
how he broke the cat flap. Okay, it doesn't say, does it?
No, but I assume he broke it to try and get himself back in after
Never
locking
assume.
himself out.
Okay.
This is from Matt in Wigan. My back windscreen wiper was ripped off by monkeys at the zoo.
Yeah. Oh man.
I went and bought a new wiper from the dealership, but I can't be asked to attach it.
It is actually quite a hassle doing that.
It's
you know.
sitting on my back seat.
Yeah, it'll sit there a while. It'll sit there a while. It's more of a. It's more. Yeah. Dear Johnny, I can't be asked to fix the front electric windows in my car. When I go through a drive-through, I have to lean my chair all the way back and manoeuvre through the back windows.
What?
Yeah, that's Alex in Welling. Alex, pure gold on Martin's Hot Tap.
Johnny Vaughan.
Radio
X.
Radio X.
Okay, one of the things you know that drives me crazy is how much dinosaur is in the paper.
It's a
There's
lot, isn't
there's,
it?
every day there's something about a new dinosaur that's been discovered from like a toenail, and yet they still can't tell us. And you know it drives me crazy. Is it a bird? Is it a lizard?
Has it got feathers?
What noise does it make? And it's extraordinary how little paleontologists know. Well, today, it's their other one. There's a few arguments they've got. Were they feathered? Were they not?
Right.
And what sound did they make? For some reason, that's another massive one they love to speculate about.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the start of. This is by the science editor, who I enjoy immensely, because his name's Tom Whipple.
This is in the Times.
This is the Times science editor. Now listen to this. Stop me when it slips into fiction.
Okay, go on.
Okay, just say stop. When he's speculating wildly,
Yeah.
it's 68 million years ago, and Tyrannosaurus Rex is stalking through the primeval forest.
Stop.
Thank you very much. You can say stop each time. With each step, her immense, powerful legs send prey scattering.
Stop.
Yeah, that's a guess.
Standing alone in a clearing,
Stop.
the flesh of her last kill still hanging off her sharp teeth.
This isn't journalism.
I know.
This is a novel.
She lifts her head to the skies and emits a blood-curdling, ear-splitting coo. Or maybe a mumble. Paleontologists haven't decided yet. What they are clear on, though, is that dinosaurs certainly did not roar.
Did they know this for a fact?
Well, I think they're wrong, actually, and we're about to back that up. Going with our bird argument, which
Yeah.
you'll hear. Julia Clark from the University of Texas at Austin says, imagine in Jurassic Park, you see a dinosaur running along, about to eat children, makes a giant roar. That is unrealistic for so many reasons. How easy is it to make a roar on the exhale while you're doing aerobic activity? That's what she says. She also says, who makes a sound while they're about to eat a cheeseburger? She's from Texas.
I
So
make a
hang on.
sound.
Yeah, they
just
do
before-
make a sound. I always make a sound. I go, oh. Exactly
So
right.
she's saying they wouldn't have roared because they'd be too busy running
Yeah.
to be roaring.
Right. Now, I've got, if we follow the bird argument, and she says, no birds roar, no crocodiles roar, you need lips to roar.
That's not true.
So she's already saying no birds roar, no crocodile roar. So she's still saying we don't know if it's a bird or a reptile.
Right.
Or crocodilian.
Yeah.
But what we've done is I've got little Si, who's actually surprisingly, he's actually risen to this challenge quite well. I noticed that crows and rooks most definitely make the when they're going down to peck the eyes
It's a little mini roar.
out of people in horror films.
Yes.
And when I used to watch them, out of my window, they definitely, when they're going to eat, they go, they definitely do. So here, supposing they were birds, here's the roar. Here we go. That's a crow, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's just hear the crow again. Now here's it slowed down as though magnified.
The size of a T-Rex.
The size of a T-Rex, same bird. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's the same crow.
Now, you don't need lips to make that noise.
Or the University of Texas. Let's hear the roar once more of the giant Crowosaurus.
It's a roar.
It is a roar. There's no effect in there, and I can tell you now, they do not have lips. Next up, seagulls, yeah? The current menace of the sky. Now, seagulls, we know, they make that noise, and they definitely do that while eating. I've held kippers. We haven't eaten the ends of kippers for them to get while I was a kid in the Isle of Man, and we used to go on holiday to see my gran, and they used to swoop in, making that noise again. Once again, let us give this the Little Simon treatment. Put it through the Gianto sound box, and let's giantize it. Here's Seagull Dinosaurs.
Wow, that's
That is
straight
a bit
out of Jurassic
roary.
Park.
I tell you something, that's got to be good for us to get an award or something.
Ah.
Listen to that. That's
New science editor at the Times, I think, for you, Mr. Vaughan.
well, no, because I enjoy Tim Whipple immensely. But there you go. That's just me, little Si, and just and you.
This is Radio X.
You lucky man. That's the verve. Not now, I'm all in a flap. That's what Bruce Forsyth said to me backstage. I was doing the BAFTAs one year. I bumped into him backstage and he was really panicking. And I said,
What, was he about to do a turn?
Yeah, and I saw he was really in the flap, so that's a great time to get Silent Bruce in conversation. I go, Bruce, you read the papers?
What, just a casual chat?
Yeah, casually. No, I was just wondering, what do you think? I just held up the paper because I was trying to act all relaxed backstage. It was at the Palladium. And Bruce goes, not now, John, I'm all in a flap. He was really flapping as well. I just did that thing where you trip someone a little bit as he walked off. I didn't, actually, I didn't. Gav, Cornish woman, hero, what's she done to make her the best around?
Well, we've had a few eccentrics on the Hero of the Day.
Okay, I see where you're going.
And I read this in the paper today. A granny riding a mobility scooter
And this is your hero.
is being blamed for a series of ketchup squirting attacks on cars.
Okay, now I get
Now,
you. Now
I love the idea of any older generation person going, take that, you blighter.
Yeah,
And I don't know what's got her angry about the cars, but you can imagine, when you get older, you care less about what people think about what you say and do.
Yeah.
And she's obviously taken the sauce into her own hands here.
Do you ever play the complain game?
What's that?
The complain game is when you go into like a Londis or cost cutter to get some food.
Yeah.
And to get snacks or sauces. And
Go on.
and what I like doing is when I see a pensioner, say buy the bread, I just complain and they will agree. So you go,
To see if they want to complain.
God, you just go, God, all this bread, so much. And they go, I know the selection.
Whatever you say.
Whatever you see, you just complain.
So
You
you're
go-
trying to
you
get
turn around and
complaints
you
out of
you
it.
look at the ketchup. You go, look at this. Why do we need all this ketchup? And they go, it's too many. It doesn't matter what you say. They'll just complain along with you. It's extraordinary. Do you not play that game?
I've never heard of that game, but I will
Never.
be playing
No,
it soon.
it's a really good game. Just say it sympathetically. Anytime you see a pensioner pausing by a shelf, you just go, God, I never know what to pick. There's just too many, isn't there? Yes.
Yes.
A door opens, you go, God, all these doors. And they go, yes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what
Well, this granny has taken the law into her own hands, obviously. Owners have returned to their vehicles to find them covered in sauce.
Nice. So he hates ketchup or cars.
One man, Ryan Dyson, said, has anyone come across a lady driving around on a red scooter squirting cars?
Mm.
And he posted on Facebook she had grey hair and glasses and had, quotes, just done mine in Newquay in Cornwall.
Okay. I know you find it all very sweet. What if one of those motors, returned fire and put brown sauce all over a saddle?
Well, condiment wars.
Yes.
It's.
I mean, that could spiral.
And why ketchup?
Yeah.
Drive-by.
I don't know, Gav. I don't know.
Okay, well,
Gav, you can't see into the mind of this woman.
But I want to know I want to know the end of the story.
What do you want to read?
How did she
Tonight
get
we
to-
look at tonight on Johnny Vaughan 4 to 7 thing. We look at motive. What drives a woman? I mean, I don't know, Gav.
All right. Well, condiment drive-by lady.
Okay, it's probably all these cars.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
All this ketchup.
All these people.
All
from
people,
London.
London everywhere. Ketchup eaters. Take your ketchup and stick it where. Yeah.
Ketchup lady.
Ketchup lady. We salute you. All these people saluting. Always too much radio, if you ask me.
Seasoning the general public.
Exactly right. Do you know what my dad said the other day?
What?
He's taken a turn for the worse, I think. He's saying, we don't need any more new music, John. What do we need any more music
None at all?
for? No, he says, we don't need any more music. He says, why don't they... This is what his argument was. Yeah, he's 84. He says, I mean, how about they fix the potholes in this road? All this bloody music. I'm thinking, Dad, come on, it's a non sequitur.
Radio X.
We're in month 7. Still no hobby for me, I'm afraid.
No.
Or pastime. As my dad said, a man can never be a man unless he has a hobby. I'm seeing him on Saturday, so we better see if we can get one going. I'm now going to talk to Louella Mickey, who's on the line with a new hobby. Louella, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
How are you, Louella?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
All right, yeah. I'm waiting to hear about this hobby. I'm quite excited.
It's a very fun hobby.
What's it called?
It's called Voga, so it's basically a fusion of yoga and voguing, which is a style of dance.
Okay, let me just get my head around this. I know I'm familiar with voguing, as discovered by Malcolm McLaren, and then sort of nicked by Madonna subsequently.
Yeah, so basically we have it's a fusion of the both. So we have our 80s music and a bit of house music, funky sort of disco. We're doing all our warrior positions, but we've got our voguing arms going on at the same time, striking a few poses, adding a bit of the vogue, combining the yoga.
How did you think? Who thought this up, Louella?
Juliette Morel thought this up. I've been working for her for a year now.
Okay.
We have,
and she's like the sort of matriarch of the whole scene, is she?
Yeah, she started the whole thing. She came up with the whole concept.
And was it one evening after too much white wine that she found herself practicing yoga or demonstrating?
She thought she'd mix it up a bit.
I suspect a house. I suspect a house party. She just started yoga, had some wine. There was some Madonna in the background.
Yeah.
She was doing some yoga. And then suddenly one of her friends said, hey, you could do this as well. And then for a laugh, I've got it, haven't I? I've nailed it.
You've pretty much nailed the story. It went to something very much like that.
Okay. Is it a good workout?
It's an amazing workout. Because obviously doing, working out, moving to music, so it releases endorphins in your body, which makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking
at the end of class, you always feel good. Yeah.
Does the whole class stop and hold a pose?
Yeah. Do they strike a pose?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we strike a pose. Yeah.
Okay.
We strike some poses at the beginning, and then in between the exercises, we'll just do a few little poses. We're like, whoa, and then we'll start doing a bit of yoga and voguing again.
Okay. And do we need a little mat to take with us? Do you have to have the mat?
Oh yeah. We have a mat. I mean, if you forget, we provide the mats, but
voguing mat.
Sometimes we do outside.
Your Voga mat.
Yeah, voguing mat.
Okay.
Yeah, your Voga mat.
Do I have to have a conical bra? Because I've got that bit of the kit. I haven't really.
Oh yeah,
I just
bring it along. Yeah, no, it's all about the outfit and the fashion.
It was just gratuitous
not just
humour.
the exercising. Yeah, you've got to come in an outfit and be styling the whole way through.
What do you wear to do this, Louella?
I wear camouflage catsuits. I've got a green one, a grey one, pink one, all different camouflage.
So you're
they're my favourite. They're 3 of my favourite outfits for the Voga.
Okay, so you go for a combat catsuit yoga Vogue look.
Yeah.
So it's a sort of urban yoga Vogue.
It's an urban
combat
yoga Vogue.
Yeah.
It's the future of the military.
It's the Mulligan. It's the Mulligan stew of the health centre.
It's just the future of the exercise.
It really is. It's sort of leftovers. It's brilliant. Which is how I see myself. Listen, really nice talking to you. Very nice to meet you, ladies and gentlemen. Louella Mickey. She does Voga.
Johnny Vaughan.
Radio
X.
Radio X.
Okay, here's the deal. The Queen has just made an impromptu visit to a pub. The Queen shocked regulars at one of Edinburgh's best-known pubs. You know why? She just dropped in for a bite to eat after a day at the races.
Really?
She visited the Sheephead Inn, head spelt H-E-I-D, just to make it look odd and Scottish.
Sheephead.
It's because it's probably different from a head.
Yeah.
But I bet on quite a night there, I bet if you're English, you can get your head. Yeah. The Sheephead Inn on Friday night, after giving staff an hour's notice. The small royal party, they took a window seat. And they ordered 2 portions of lamb rump, 1 sea bass fillet, a martini and a half bottle of white wine.
Oh, classy.
Main meal's around £16.50. It is not known which of the dishes the Queen ordered. I'm just saying, Sunt, if the Queen decided, that's a public house, but if the Queen decided to pop round your house, what are you serving?
With 1 hour's notice?
With 1 hour's
1 hour's notice. I would serve her.
First of all, you've got to get Liam down the off licence quickly.
Oh, yeah. We've got to get some martini in.
Because I know you finish all your drink. Whatever's in the house is gone.
All right. I'd make her my cheese on toast, which has a what's it called, tomato paste.
Okay.
On the base, and then the cheese
Underneath the cheese?
Underneath
Well,
the
you
cheese.
don't
It's
know.
like tomato surprise.
Yeah.
What you could do is order a pizza.
And then no, because this is homemade, and then
Okay.
a little bit of hot sauce, because we've got a lot of hot sauce.
I love cheese on toast with hot sauce.
Yeah.
It's
You guys are lovely, mate.
That
I
is
don't like
what I
hot
would-
sauce, but I like that.
I would serve the Queen.
Gav, you used to be a chef, along with many other things.
I did, yeah.
You've done. The thing about Gav as well is he didn't fail at these things. He was highly successful at them. That's what's kind of annoying.
How's he ended up here?
I know, it's the weirdest
Because it's the
story
one
ever.
thing he wanted to do.
Right.
Always was
Exactly.
just he just felt that's more of a laugh than being a chef.
Do you know what, though? As it's turned out, it is more of a laugh.
Of course, it's more of a laugh than cooking for people. Because when you're a chef, every moment you're at work, basically everyone else is having fun.
That's why I didn't like it. Exactly
Okay.
right, yeah.
All right, that's
So
right.
if I was serving food for the Queen with 1 hour's notice...
1 hour's notice, you come round to your new house to marvel at your new extension.
Well, I don't have to paint the place because it still smells of paint. So
okay,
that's
nice.
good.
That's good.
I would probably go with a 7-hour cooked leg of lamb.
No, Gav, you've got an hour.
Oh, right, okay.
God, what an error!
I would
like
go with...
sentence 1. He fell into the
know,
trap.
I
I would
know.
go with coronation chicken sandwiches.
You could rustle up coronation
Do you
chicken.
make
Why
your
would you
own
do
coronation
coronation
chicken
chicken?
sauce?
Just to make her think, oh, for God's sake, why has he done this?
Because coronation chicken was invented for the coronation because it can keep all day.
If you've got some chicken in the fridge
Yeah.
that's cooked, you can make coronation chicken pretty quickly.
So have you got some cooked chicken in your fridge?
Right now, probably have, yeah.
Gav, there's no problems with her Madge. She's coming round in an hour.
It happens
Pull yourself together,
often.
man.
Well, you can always buy some
You're
cooked
being
chicken.
very, very casual about this.
You really
This is
are
the
being careful. You're
Queen.
acting like it's going to happen.
All right, I'd run out to Greg's.
Seffy boy. Greg's is closed, mate. They haven't got the ovens on. Come on, Gavin.
All right, bacon and eggs.
You do a fry up
Yeah, why not?
with booze.
Yeah.
Nice. Little Si, approach the microphone and you better not mess this up. I'm giving you a big chance. In fact, if you mess this up, that easy. I'm going to be so cross. It's not going to be face. You just get this right. So, little Si, the little Queen's coming round your gaff. What are you getting?
Yeah. I'm going to make an Eggs Benedict because it's quite sort of, it looks quite posh.
In
but
the
it's quite
evening?
easy. No, it's quite easy.
No, in the evening.
Yeah, I'll do
No, I'm
that.
talking
What, you're
about
going to make the hollandaise?
You're going to risk the reduction of
You
that.
can't use jar hollandaise with
No,
the Queen.
and over vinegarisation.
That doesn't
Too many
work.
pitfalls. Might not have the
Doesn't
eggs
work. The emulsification alone.
alone, and then suddenly it starts to look like sort of cellulite.
Oh, it's not going to work.
Yeah, you're not getting away with that. Listen, it's also not an evening meal. What are you going for an evening meal? Come on.
Spag
Baked
bowl.
beans. Oh, yes, spag bowl. Good call.
It's not a good call because it's what I was going to say at the very end. What are you going to make? So, little Si, Her Majesty, if you're listening, don't go around to little Simon's. He's useless. But I'll make you a lovely spag bowl.
Radio X.
That was the 4 till 7 Thang podcast. Just to let you know, Johnny, Sunta and I are back on air from the 1st of August on Radio X.